Wow. Good morning. It's Thursday. It's 9:11 a.m. Bring on a special guest.
Hola.
I feel like we haven't seen you in like a week.
Wow. Unfortunately, Michael,
Life goes on.
I had a rough week. Had a rough couple of days. It's just trying to get things in order, at home and stuff. So
And you said we were talking earlier. You've managed to hurt yourself a little with the training for the marathon.
yes, I did.
Hold on one second. I'm getting a call from my guy. Go ahead. Give a rant for a moment.
So, many friends and family are doubting my ability to actually do this marathon. I am not going to sit here and lie. I hurt myself last Monday. I think I partially pulled my hamstring. So I took a couple of days off, and I came out strong yesterday. And once again, I did 2.5 miles, and I am crippled again today. So I think it's time to call maybe a sports doctor or a physical therapist to see maybe what I'm doing wrong. I'm probably just not stretching correctly, but I am no way, shape, or form quitting. Just want to be very, 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 very clear.
No one said you're a quitter. I've actually been walking.
Whoa! Frank D'Amato said I'm a quitter.
That's not
Frank
nice.
D'Amato said, I know it was 500 to me, 2,000 to Michael's cause. I'll let you out right now for 250.
All right, we got someone else with us. Let's welcome Laura. Hello.
Good morning. How are
Good
you?
morning. We're just discussing Moss's marathon training.
Oh, how's that going?
I hurt myself again.
Oh no, doing what?
So yesterday I took a couple of days off because I was hurting from last week, and I went hard yesterday. I did 2.5 miles, which is not really hard, let's be honest. But for someone that's not in, shape, I went 2.5 miles, up hills, down hills, this and that, and my right hamstring and my lower back is killing me again.
Ooh.
Oh, we were discussing that you currently don't really stretch at all. You don't have a roller. So you definitely need that.
Definitely stretch. I used to dance, and that was like hamstrings were the thing that you used to pull like nobody's business. So stretch. I've heard don't stretch before, because if you're cold and you stretch and you're like static stretching, that could actually hurt you. But do a little bit of like stretching afterwards. Make sure that your muscles are like, I don't say relaxed, but definitely take your time with it.
I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared. I'm not. Okay, hold on a second. I'm not scared. I want to really do this. So it's.
Yeah.
I'm concerned because I want to make sure that I don't let Michael's cause down, and it's I'm hurting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hurting. I have a pretty high tolerance for pain, and I'm definitely hurting. So we'll get to it.
I've been walking like a mile. Well, the past 2 nights I haven't done it, but last week I started taking Audriana and pushing her in her car and walking a mile.
Oh.
And then we did it like 4 days in a row. And then the 5th day, I was like, you know what? Now I can do more. Like the first couple of days, I was like, by the end of the mile, I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. And then the last day, I did I think 1.25 miles. Like we went around a little extra block. But even the past 2 days, for some reason, I haven't done it, which sucks. But it was fun. Like, and she loved it because I'd be like, oh, you want to go for a walk? And then I'd put her in her car. Like she has like a little car, and I push her around.
Aww,
so I felt like I was training for a firefighter, right? I'm pushing her. I got some weight. She likes to hand me my drink. Ooh, Christina's here too.
There you go.
And I see she's connected, but the camera is off.
Shocker.
Shocker. Well, who's in the private chat? Be there and stop talking shit about me. Christina.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, respectfully, Mike, if your employees are supposed to clock in at 9 o'clock, don't you have that secret software to see if they're on, if they logged in or not?
I could tell you, she doesn't really ever log in.
Wow. So she got a no-show. She's a regular Staten Island gangster. She's got a no-show job.
She was probably watching Rock of Love or something, and like there was a really good part, and she couldn't not watch it. She's shaking her head. I think she's right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
From in my closet.
What's going on?
Not Chris. I mean, respectfully, 9 o'clock means 8:45 in my book. I guess in your
I
book.
told them earlier I was not going. No one really does, and that's the problem. Even doctors.
I woke up today not being able to move from my marathon training.
I was just going to say, have you been training? How have you been? Where have you been?
I've been training. I hurt myself last week, so I took a couple of days off. And I went hard yesterday, and I'm hurt again today.
Yikes. Well, when is the race? November?
It's November.
So you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I'm starting to get a little concerned.
No, you got plenty of time.
I mean, it was 2 miles. 2 miles is double what you were doing.
That's
a
that's more than I've ever ran.
Like,
hold on. First off, we're walking. Hey, Mike, how are you? How's everything? Thanks for bringing me on your show. You got a lot to say that I'm never here, but as soon as I come on, you want to talk on the phone. Maybe you're actually doing some work. Maybe you're actually talking to a client. Maybe you're actually
that looks like a work call, or a Jimmy call.
Yes, I'm sorry. I don't really know what I'm doing. Yes, I'm not really a good IT guy. If it wasn't for my staff, I wouldn't know anything. Yes, you know what? I'm going to give my staff all a raise.
He still doesn't have the pods in, so he has no idea.
Mike,
Give everybody a raise?
Yep.
Why?
Because your staff was holding it down while you were taking personal phone calls on the show.
That wasn't a personal call. I got staff at somewhere in New Jersey.
Oh.
That's what I said. That's probably a Jimmy call.
Now Jimmy's is hanging a TV for a client of ours who's essential. At their corporate office. And then Gary is at another client's house.
Great question. Talking about essential.
Yes.
So last night, we at the cafe were doing deliveries, and the staff starting to get concerned. Are they, with this 8 o'clock curfew, are they considered essential, being that that supermarkets and
so restaurants are essential. However, the one thing I did notice is I went on DoorDash last night.
Everyone closed at 7.
At 8:30 to see if there was like Ralph's Ice was still on DoorDash, and all the DoorDash was pickup only. There were no drivers.
Interesting.
So I don't know if maybe delivery drivers aren't essential, or I don't know how that works. But most of them were closed. There were 5 places open, and every one of them said pickup only, which makes no sense because if it's a curfew, aren't you not supposed to be traveling?
Yeah, no one's supposed to be out.
Well, let's be politically correct, guys. The curfew is, if you get caught, you're not going to jail, guys. Let's be politically correct. It's a summons, and if you're going to pick up food, and if you are polite to the authorities and say, "Listen, I'm just going to pick up food for my family," I'm on my way home. I'm on my way. If you're on your house and you're going, "Hey, I'm going to." What's the Chinese restaurant in Perkins parking lot?
China Chalet, which closed down.
Did it?
That's what I've heard. I heard they have not been open, and I heard they closed down.
Okay, bad example. Let's say you were going to.
But even China Chalet, Empire Szechuan, Country.
If you're going there, and I live on where you live. I'm going to over there, and you're on. I don't know. Huguenot Avenue, sir. What are you doing on Huguenot Avenue?
Yeah.
I mean, it's again, it's being polite, and you're just, and in your case, I would, like if I had to go out, I'd probably take my son with me.
I would probably just take the truck.
The work truck, yeah.
However, it was like I went out to take the trash out last night at probably like 8:45 because it's our garbage day. It was eerie. Like it's been eerie like during the beginning of coronavirus, like. But this was real eerie. Like there was not
no cars
came by, and I was like, "Why is that one car out?" But other than that, nobody was out of their house. It was just like
I did notice that yesterday. It was quite eerie by me with Woodrow Road and everything, and it was just like not a sound, like just wind.
now the curfew in Jersey, you don't have a curfew right now, right, Laura? Or
not that I don't think so.
The curfew's it's just, I got so much to say.
Yeah, I think that's just New York right now.
Well, the curfew is to help control the looters and the rioters.
Yeah.
They use it as needed, and like the NYPD said, is they're not just here to arrest people for being out. It's there to be used if it gets out of hand. Now they have a legal reason to arrest people on the street, even if they don't act them for breaking in or looting.
It's their safeguards that they lay. We lay our safeguards as Techie Geek. Those are the safeguards the government has to lay.
Right. It's their way of saying, okay, we don't have they don't have to arrest people, right? Washington, D.C., the same thing. The mayor said there's a curfew in place. We are not arresting just for breaking curfew. However, if things get out of hand, now we will arrest for the curfew because that's our safeguard to be able to legally start to arrest people and get them off. But it's. I think our curfew now goes to Sunday. There's always the chance he lifts it. The problem is things have gotten better, and there's always one rotten egg, or one rotten apple to spoil the bunch. And then last night there was a stabbing and shooting at a cop. So that in New York. So yes, the whole overall, the looting was down, the rioting was down. It was very much peaceful. But then you have one person that did that. Now, you don't even know if they're part of the rioting and looting. That could have just been another bad. Like we're talking, these are in bad neighborhoods to begin with.
No matter what, everything that goes bad is going to get roped into being a rioter or a protester during this week anyway.
I think all the IT guys are really riotous.
Yes, we. Probably not. We don't like to leave our.
No, Brooklyn.
Okay, well, on Staten Island, we've had only peaceful protests. There was another one yesterday. And it's a shame, though, that we have these peaceful protests and then people pulling up to them and spitting in their face. Like, Mas is laughing. Was that you, Mas? Did you do that?
No, I am going to defer from the topic. I personally feel that you have the right Microsoft Word. Word could not start last time. Safe mode couldn't help you troubleshoot the program, but some features may not be available. Do you want to start in safe mode?
No.
Okay. There it goes. It works. I personally feel that marching on Highland Boulevard, and if you listen to the offices, and I knew every one of those offices, those are all community affairs offices. So their job is to go into the deal with the nonsense with people that you have regular cops, everyone has divisions. So community affairs, their job is to outreach and bring the police department and the community together.
Yeah.
The white shirt, and I know exactly who he was walking, and he goes, "Guys, get out of the street. You're on Highland Boulevard in Newdorf Lane. I'd rather arrest you than you get killed, and we have to bury you."
Right, and they move off the street.
But Mike, the protesters were then turning around, going, "I don't got to listen to you, cop." I mean, come on, man. The guys in the street protecting you. For your amendment right, the officer was there, and he asked you to get out of the street so you don't get killed by oncoming traffic, and they were arguing with the cops. At that point, do me a favor. Go walk in the street and go get hit by a car.
It was almost, but if you watch Shane from the Advance, he was there for like an hour. It was mostly peaceful. There was, yes, you'll get the one person who's like, I want to walk in the street. Most of them got off the street immediately.
That probably would have been me. I mean, think about it, Mas. If it was a better situation, would you tell me to shut up?
Would I tell you to shut up? Yeah.
So,
jokes these days. This fucking show's getting more fun and fun as we go.
But my favorite, though, my favorite picture in the Advance was the picture of the guy pulled over, giving the protesters the finger with the Jesus fish on his glove box.
I didn't see that.
You're like, I was like, is the Jesus fish not working? When did I tell you, like, you should love everybody and not drive by and give him a finger? But, good morning, Willie. Cousin Willie in Italy. Mas, you missed this because you don't bother coming on the show anymore. But thanks for coming today. So last week when you weren't on, we were trying to hook Christina up with Cousin Willie.
God.
She was married?
Yeah, I found out over the weekend. No one told us. He was
Mike texted me like Friday night at like 8 p.m. What are you gonna do? And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? He's like, Willie's married. I'm like,
okay.
This is your closest way to a green card.
That's true.
I could be on an episode of 90 Day Fiance. All the episodes in 90 Days.
See, but it was funny, Moss, because we're like joking around, and then like Christina's showing her muscles. To
Oh
Willie.
my god,
Laura,
I've
am I
never-
lying or is that true? Laura, was she flexing?
I'm flexing right now, Willie. I want you so bad, man.
Like it was so funny because all of a sudden I'm on like Facebook and it's like people you may know, and this woman popped up, at Willie's wife, and it had the same last name. I'm like, that's not the same, and that's Willie next to her. And I click in, and it's like married to, and then it's like all the friends of everyone from Partners of Sound. I'm like, what? So I Facebook message Willie. I'm like, hello. He's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, are you married? He's like, yes. I was like, so how are we hooking you up with Christina? Like, he's like, oh, we were just joking. I was like, I wasn't joking. I thought
You were the only one not joking. Me and Willie were clearly like play flirting. Like I was not serious.
Oh, you see, Moss. She just to make it the play flirting Willie.
I play flirt with everyone. That's the only way you can stay on your game.
Yeah.
Gotta keep that sharp.
Gotta keep that on point.
I missed the game.
Do you?
The dating game?
You know.
Oh my god, I miss it so much.
No, you don't. Because once you're
Why?
in it, it really fucking sucks.
Why?
So to be totally honest with you, I found it to be a lot of fun when everyone would see like a pretty girl in the room, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, that girl's hot!" Bop, 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 bop. And I'd be
And
like,
you were the one that walked away with her.
I'm Master Donga.
Excuse me. Do you know who I am? I'm a pretty big deal in Staten Island.
I am Little Moss. I could give you a personal DJ. Moss is a little weird. Moss, what was I going to ask you? The game. Did you ever read that stupid book? Wasn't it called The Game?
I don't read.
What was that book, Christina? Wasn't there a book that told you how to, like, how guys should treat women? My friend read it. I think it was,
Probably.
and
I don't know.
Oh God.
it was called
Was it
I
one of
think-
those where it was like compliment
Probably.
her, but like also bring her down at the same time?
Yes.
Or was
Yeah,
it
give her
actually,
backhanded compliments.
Because
Just
that's so wrong. That's
So
so
my friend read this book and he like met the guy who wrote it or something. And then we would be at the bar and he would go up to a girl and he's like, you're supposed to be like, oh, you're so pretty, as you remove dirt off her shoulder, and be like, oh, you have some dirt on your shoulder. And like he like
you have a fuzz on you. Ew.
and I would just be there because I'm like the worst. And I'd be like, that doesn't really work. And he'd be up there. I'd walk up and be like, you know what he's doing right now, right? He's trying to compliment you while knocking you down. And he turned, shut up. I'm like, no.
See, when you think about it as a game, that's when you're never going to get ahead.
Yeah.
I listen, guys. I loved it. I loved it.
Must.
You're competing with your boys to get a girl. That's the only time when it's a game. Otherwise, if you're playing with a girl and playing her like a game, she's not going to appreciate that.
I'm not playing.
Yeah.
I'm saying I really enjoyed the pretty girl. I enjoyed.
You enjoyed the courting of it all.
Yeah. After I got the phone number, I was like, all right, I'm over this.
Me too, usually. That's usually what happens. Like you find someone that's really good looking and like you're excited, and then you meet them and you get to know them, and that's where it goes wrong. So
Yeah, if I could-
So like, let's be real. It doesn't always go wrong. Eventually, you meet the soulmate, like someone who really will connect with you.
I've
And,
already met my soulmate. You want to see who it is? A Furby.
so yesterday, oh my god, last night, Audriana was going to bed, and she's like, "I want Angelo in bed with me." So I'm like, okay. So I put Angelo. He doesn't want to be there. So then I take him out. A half an hour later, she's still up screaming, "I want Angelo to cuddle with me."
Oh gosh.
So we put Angelo in bed. Well, he went to move and scratched her eye on accident. He went to like lay down and she was laying and his hand poor. And I was up there at that point. Now she's hysterical crying for like 20 minutes. Nicole comes up screaming at me. Like, why am I getting yelled at? I didn't claw her eye out. Like, and you couldn't, she wouldn't open her eye for like 10 minutes. So then, of course, I'm like, did he scratch the cornea? Like, is this
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was more scared.
You were just scared, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like this. I'm out of
You
here.
probably terrified the poor puppy. Like, what did I do?
Like I didn't want to be here in the first place.
Nicole's like, you had to start this the other day because the other like 2 nights ago, I put Angela in bed with her and he slept on. And she woke up and she's like, "Oh, Angie's here." So
Aw.
she, like me personally, I love sleeping with animals. I got Angela sleep usually on my head, Like he sleeps above me on my pillow with like the two paws on each side. I love it.
That's cute.
And it's funny because like he'll head to Nicole, and Nicole's like, "Get off my pillow! I don't like it." And I'm like, "Oh, come here! I like you on my pillow."
Yeah.
But I don't mind him on my pillow. I hate him in my legs.
That's
like,
what Chihuahua does. He sleeps in between my legs all night in the fucking middle of my bed, and it's like I do everything to not like shove him to the side, but he's like a bag of lead when I try and move him. He's like a 9-pound dog, but in the middle of the night, it's like nearly impossible to move this dog. Like I don't know what happens.
Mus, your dog sleep in the bed with you?
No, when they were younger, but as boxes get older, their legs are very weak. So,
So is he sleep in the room, like on a?
Yeah, I got a doggy bed downstairs. A doggy bed, but the dog is the dog's on vacation.
Why? Where is he? The parents?
Yeah.
How long? Oh, because they're doing the work. Yep, zip it. So he's on vacation. That's where we'll leave it. How old's your dog?
Bella is 13.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to 8.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, she's.
I
had a lab
like
when I was a
14 now
kid,
too.
and she got to be like 15, and like they're not. After a certain point, they're just not supposed to live that
Yeah,
long.
they just feel like
Things just kind
once my kid's
Stop
40,
working.
they really just check out.
Who's my kid? 40?
No, you.
Once I'm 40, I'm trying not to check out. Thank you, though. Thanks for giving me 3 more years. I really appreciate it. Ideally, I'd like to live to at least 85.
85 is your number?
of.
No,
I feel like I'm gonna hit 92. That's my number.
At least 85. Like
At least 85.
Yeah,
You know what the national expectancy is?
What?
It's like 78.
It's like 70 something, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, my grandmother's 88.
My grandma's 85,
Women,
yeah.
Women live longer, I know.
But also, yeah, it's
Is it really 78?
hereditary.
I'm nearly at my midlife crisis.
Yeah.
I gotta buy a new sports car.
You have one in your driveway you don't even touch.
I need a new one. That was
You know
that was my quarter life crisis. I hit my
Right,
midlife.
right. I've been in a quarter life crisis since I'm 7 years old.
My dad was telling me someone we know is going through a midlife crisis, but he's like 55. My dad's like he's a little late.
He's gonna live to 100. Imagine if like your midlife crisis, when it actually hits you, is actually your midlife point. Like everyone has a different one, and like that actually was an indicator of your lifespan. Imagine that would be funny.
Like, that you just have a crisis that you
I'm
can
actually dead this whole time.
based on when they buy a sports car.
I'm the ghost.
What do women do for their midlife crisis?
They get boobs.
I don't think that's.
I often does their boobs for their birthday.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's what
so here's the only thing I can tell you. I think the statistic is like 90% of women after boobs divorce their husband within a year.
Really?
It's like some crazy, not high statistic.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I will buy
She's a
that.
woman, she gets a new man. Like,
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess because they say it gives them more confidence, and then they realize, like, okay,
And they
maybe
realize
I
all
don't
the
need.
shit they've been married to this whole time, and now they're like, "I'm hot, you're not, I'm out."
Yeah, Tomas, I know you've been saying that you kind of want to be a checkout, so it might be a good idea for you to do.
10,000 for boobs and out. It'd be cheaper than a lawyer.
Yeah, it's cheaper than a divorce.
They still go for when you get divorced, there's still the lawyer. There's not like, oh, she got
They're
boobs.
going to have an amicable boob separation. That's all that's going to happen. It's going to be totally amicable.
Hold on a second, guys. I got a problem with one of the bank accounts for the foundation. I got to check off for a second.
He's always got a problem with his bank account.
Because when you finagle in all of Staten Island, it's
don't
going to
say
come.
that. That's not true at all. He's gonna get mad. He's probably gonna come kill you.
It's all my accounts in the Caymans.
Swiss banks.
So 9:30. Oh wait, we're only supposed to go half. Wait.
Yeah, we have that webinar today, 12 o'clock.
We have a webinar today, 12 o'clock. Hackers don't quarantine. We prefer you register on Zoom. That'll be ideal. However, we will also be broadcasting it to Facebook Live.
For sure.
And then we will be downloading it and doing it on YouTube, like as a premiere, probably tomorrow as well. But however, we would appreciate it if you register. That'd be really nice.
Webinar.techiegeek.com to register. If you want to put a little title up, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, you know what? I should. That's probably a good idea. And I'll put a link. webinar.techiegeek.com. I'm not very good with these titles. That's like it's definitely a Todd thing. He's much better than me. I'm not a producer. I'm an on-air personality.
You're
Todd,
the artiste.
I'm the artist. Not really, but I like to believe so. It was funny because yesterday I had my peer group meeting from one of my IT groups, and I haven't been there in forever because we've been doing midday with Moz. So I was like, oh, I could join now. They're like, oh, your silver screen experience is over. You can join us again.
Giving you a hard time. That's funny.
I was like, yes. But then they were all talking, like one of the guys was having a really hard time. Like he's like, I can't go on live. I don't know how to do it. And because like one of my coaches tells everyone you need to be on live Facebook. You have to do video, which we know is important. And I was like, well, let me give you some tips of how to do it. And I tell him you should
from
go
the
on
silver screen.
I said you should have a second person. You could go back and forth. You could rather than you hold up a camera, right? It's totally different than if I go like this, no one's here, and I like now I'm like, okay, I have no idea what to say.
And you're just talking like
right.
That.
So I said, get another business owner, interview them, and do something.
Yeah, you have a conversation. That's what people are engaged in. I hate those stupid lives. You sit there and someone's like, so today I'm going to teach you about business mindset, and it's all about your belief system. And it's like, shut the fuck up, man. I could Google that in 5 minutes.
Yeah. So are you talking to me, Moss, or are you on the phone? But yeah, so and he was like, "No, I didn't think about doing that. That's great." And he's like, "Now I feel like I could actually do that." I said, "Yeah." I said, "You gain your confidence." I'm like, "Do I like being alone on camera?" No, I said, "But can I do it now? If I have to." Now it's totally different. I could do it when it's planned. I can't do it when it's unplanned. So like when you guys don't show up and I'm the only one on, that's totally like deer in the headlights. Like, I have no idea what to say to you. Great, thanks for coming. Please comment. But like if I come with a plan, I could do it, but I don't enjoy it. I definitely like being on better with people and engaging in conversation.
Of course, yeah. It just takes practice.
Oh, absolutely. And the one thing I'm learning, like Laura, like what she does magically is we could give her a video and she can make us look good, right? And we'll start to see that more and more as we push more videos out. But I never realized how much videos are cut. Like, so even like the Staten Island comedian, what's his name? Eric Alessandro, the one that he's funny. Moss knows him. If you, Laura, I bet if you saw him, you would know him. He's like a famous comedian. But he released a statement yesterday, and it was like a 6-minute long video, chopped up completely. And now I'm starting to notice how to tell because he's like talking, and then the next sentence his head's over here, and it's like
jump cuts.
Right, and I'm like, wow, they're really cut. Like it was like every 5 seconds, if not, just cut.
Yeah.
Cut. I'm like, does he even say anything, or does he just say a bunch of?
That's like a two-headed coin, like that whole way of editing. Because then at the same time, like when you're trying to get across like an important point or like show the world that you know what the fuck you're talking about, when there's a million cuts in between, it's like, do you though? Because you shouldn't need to have 100 cuts when you know what you're saying. Like your sentences should flow. Like you shouldn't need that. I mean, it's like the style of YouTube and videos and stuff today. I get that. Like some people just do it for the style, but on the same end, like it's still to me seems like you had to cut all this out. What's not there? You know, how many and what the fucks were there in between? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. A lot of times people have good things to say. They just don't always present them in the best way. So a lot of times, like if you do cut things, you're just cutting things like if you say 3 things and you like it where it's like 1, 2, 3, but you like 3 better where 2 is, you can just move things around and it just they said the right thing and they say good things. It just maybe the order is a little off or they ramble a little bit. So you just make it a little bit more concise.
Now when I do videos, I'm perfect. You never have to cut me.
I mean, everyone needs to be cut.
First English, you had to cut a bunch.
Honestly, like I will never forget because when we like actually sat down and filmed that coronavirus video in the beginning, when you were like busting my chops, you were like 1 take. We're gonna do it in 1 take, and like he kind of did do it in 1 take. Like it wasn't. I was fucking up way more than he was, you know. Like, and it was pretty like
Because if I put it in my head that that's all I'm going to do, because the more I plan for it is the more I mess up. So the more I kind of go off the cuff, but the problem is when you go off the cuff is when you kind of miss
tangents and shit.
you miss points that I want, and that's like kind of what I need, like bullets, and I don't do that. Like I truly just go off the cuff. I'm like, all right, here's what I want to go talk about, and then I'll watch. I'm like, oh, I should have said this. Well, the same way when I used to play the game, I used to date a girl, right? And you used to be on the phone and you hang up and go,
why did I say that?
Oh my God, what did I do? Why did I? Oh, well, Laura definitely never saw it, but Christina, you saw Swingers, right? Oh, God.
I'm sure I have. I know the movie you're talking about. I can't really remember
John Favre and what's the one from the Wedding Crashers, the tall one?
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn and John Favre, and he calling the girl over and over. Like he met her at the bar, and like he gets home a half an hour later and tries to call her and gets her voicemail, and he leaves like this long rambling message, and then the voicemail ends. He immediately calls back. He's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, the phone disconnected. I just wanted to give you my number," and he rambles and doesn't get. And he calls back like 10 times, and then he like the last one he calls back. He's like, "I'm really sorry. I don't think this is working out. It's not you, it's me. I don't think I just got out of a long relationship." And the girl like picks up the phone and she's like, "Hello?" And he's like, "Oh, you've been there?" And she's like, "Yeah, I've been here the whole time.
Screening you the whole time.
Call me again." But like, it's one of those cringeworthy spots of a movie where you watch because we've been an ex. Like, there's been times where I'm like in the argument with a girl or someone new, and you're like, you don't know what to do, and you call and she don't pick up, and then you're like, right, like call back in 5 minutes, like dang, and you make the mistake, and so you watch the scene, and I'm just like, don't do it, please don't call.
Like for both of us, don't do it.
He's picking up the phone, hang up, no. But that was a good movie. That's
was prime Vince Vaughn. That was
like one of his first movies.
Yeah, I don't know if this was before Psycho 3, because he looks about the same age.
Let's see. Swingers was, I'm going to go in 98 maybe. Let's see. Okay, I searched just Swingers. Probably not what I want to search.
96.
96. He was, let's see. Definitely young there. You don't realize how tall he is until you see him next to other people.
Yeah, he's like 6'4" or something.
He's like 6'4". If you watch the Wedding Crashers, the part where they're dancing and jumping,
him with the girl, it's like a very vast difference.
and he towers over everyone else in the cast.
Yeah.
And actually, you really like. That was the first time I was watching. I was like, how tall is Vince Vaughn? What's for breakfast? Mike Gambino. What did I have for breakfast? I had one Pop-Tart, not a whole pack. I've been only having one now. It's 2. 96. Gambino definitely loves Swingers. That was a great movie. But, what's her name? Heather Graham?
How?
I forgot she was in that. She was the bartender.
Oh, yeah. Young Heather Graham, too.
But you've never seen this, right, Laura?
No.
Good movie. Like, we'll add it to your list of movies that we'll tell you to watch, but you won't really watch. Masi,
all right.
All right, we're in
9:30. We gotta go.
We gotta go. We got crap to do. Roller Girl. That's right. She was Roller Girl. That was not the girl he was calling, though. He was calling some other girl from another bar. All right. Thank you for joining us. Remember, 12 p.m. today.
Yep.
Hackers don't quarantine. 1 hour webinar. We have Mike DePalma from Dago, myself. Christina will be there, I believe. I don't know. Are you going to be on camera?
I don't know if I'm going to be on camera. I don't think so. It should probably just be you guys. But
I'm going to put the green screen up. I'll do the green screen, make it look like I'm in the office. And Moss will be watching us at 12. He's going to join the webinar.
I got you. If there's a problem, you'll fix it.
Yeah.
Just watch. Just sign up at least. All right. Webinar.techiegeek.com. We will see you then. And tomorrow we have a special guest from the JCC of Staten Island joining us on Breakfast with Bloomy at 9:15.
Oh, nice.
So come by to learn about what the JCC is doing. Everyone be safe. We will see you tomorrow.
Cool.